3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to Michigan Lacrosse here versus Harvard. 13th ranked Michigan, 19th ranked Harvard, depending on the poll you look at. We have started the game a little bit late here, so it's 30 seconds into the game. Michigan has a shot, and it's blocked by the Harvard keeper, DiGennaro. And first shot of the game by either team is saved. Here comes Harvard right down the field. It's streaking towards the net. And it's going to go out of bounds in favor of Harvard. I am Kobe Siegel here with Simone Roberts. This very, very cold day. It's snowing on March 10th. Always interesting to see how the elements will play. Right now, possession is Harvard. About 40 on the shot clock. Behind the net. Wraparound. Nowhere to go for Kings. And he's checked down, and Michigan regains possession. Ball picked up by Stanzel. And now they lose it. Now Harvard's got it back. Passing it around. Behind the net. Once again is Malone. Cuts left. Can't find the wraparound. Good defense by Michigan. Botkus up top. Left side shot, and it goes wide, but Harvard will keep possession. About 1 minute left on the shot clock. 13 on the game clock. Scoreless here. You haven't missed any goals. Harvard has it at the top. Cuts left. Nowhere to go for Green. Pass to IP, who also has nowhere to go, but it's shot and it's wide. Harvard will, again, regain possession as King is standing back there. About 40 seconds left. King wraps around left side. Good defense by Whitney, but the shot by Ip is saved by Taylor, the Wolverine keeper. And now it's Michigan with their second real possession of the game. Got Bame, the leading point scorer team. Taronda left side. Mulholland up top, tracking back. Bame right side. Behind the net is Cohen. Cutting to the other side of the net and tries to find Aronson, but ball goes long. About 30 left on the shot clock. Getting back to Ronda up top. 20 seconds left. Cuts left around his defender. Spins. 15. Here's Bame. And the ball gets whacked off his stick. Harvard will regain possession here. What do you see? What do you see from this game so far, Simone?
So we see a tight man defense from Michigan, and Harvard has a wide offense. We also see now, Michigan just got the ball back. They have one of the best attack units in the NCAA. So it'll be really interesting to see how they attack this next goal.
Yeah, and here's Cohen around the left side. Wraparound shot goes wide. And they will keep their possession. About a minute left on the clock. Here's Bame. Starting with it. Below the net. Runs into a Harvard defender. Cuts on the right side. Tries a wraparound shot. No good, off the post. And regained by Harvard keeper. Chance, pass to the middle, and a wide open shot. 1-0 Harvard.
Harvard keeping space within the.
Definitely not the start Michigan wanted. Harvard.
We could see Harvard keeping up that aggression and again finding those holes and making a play.
And once is Whitefeld, but that shot. Right side is Bame. Behind the net to Cohen. About 40 seconds left on the clock. Cohen. Justin Brown can't field the pass. Harvard regains possession. 8 minutes left in the first there. Teams, 2 top 20 teams. It's going to be a really, really good battle. But so far, it's Harvard coming out really the field. And he just dumps it off to Stevenson. Michigan will take overhand shot, and that goes wide right. And Cohen's there. Michigan will have the ball. About 40 seconds left. Wide left. That was a shot from very far out. 20 seconds left. Cohen. Inspiration shot, and it's saved by the Harvard keeper. By Tiernan. That was dangerous.
That time around, we saw a little bit more patience from Michigan in comparison to Harvard's aggression as they come up on the attack. So we will see how that plays out next time around when Michigan gets the ball back.
So far, below the top. Right side circle shot. It's blocked by Taylor. Goes wide. At the top. Harvard shoots, and that's blocked by the Michigan defense. A flurry of defenders there. 40 behind the net. Let's see what he does. Wrap around spin, and he gets knocked down, but he keeps possession of the shot, and it's good. Wow.
But Harvard found a way, and they found that hole, and they made sure to get it in.
And that's Sam King's second goal. Justin Whitefeld. Here's Michigan at the top. Down 3-0 early. And here they come. Left side of the net. And here is Harvard. 3 minutes to go. Harvard has it. Left side circle. Here's King once again. Got 2 in the shot. King tries to pick it up but can't do it. And here comes behind the net is Bame. 2 minutes left. 1 minute left on the shot clock. Bame trying to go right side. Pass. Wrap around left. Nowhere to go. Shot, and it's saved by Barnard. Tried to find.
Michigan is number 16 in the country in scoring offense, but they're having difficulty executing this game with 7 shots and a 0% on goal.
Passes to Malone, who again goes behind the net. Spins, wrap around right side, shot, top left corner, good.
Flag, which was thrown a couple of seconds ago.
Let's see. That goal will not count. That goal will count. Never mind. Score was a little late, but Harvard will just. Harvard leads 4-0 at the end of the first. I mean, and we look at the shots. 11-8 in favor of Harvard. On goal, 7-4.
I'd also have to agree. I also think for Michigan, Bame, who has 2 shots already in this game, has entered this week with 203 career points after he became the second Wolverine.
I mean, all of, I mean, most of their goals have come on those kind of wraparound plays. Not that much going. I mean, what do you think they can do to kind of uh, to get some more offense going? Up.
Instead of trying to find that aggression to combat Harvard's defense. And they also need to widen the field as they come up on goal when they're passing around the ball in order to really get around Harvard's defenders.
Yeah, and now they will start getting more opportunities. We'll see if that works. And I think, I, I think in any sport, not just lacrosse, if you're down 4-0,
Opportunities to have that patience that they're going to need to be successful, especially in winning face-offs, which they've been doing pretty good with.
be a little good juju for Michigan there. Once again, 4-0. Start of the second quarter, and the shot goes wide. That was not technically on net. About 30 seconds left. A couple shots here for Michigan. Pass the center, and it's good. Tiernan, the shot, the desperation shot, Cohen to Tiernan, and it just sneaks past the Harvard keeper, and Michigan is on the board. Certainly it pays waiting until the last second, and Cohen waiting until the last second he could have to find a player. Just as the top, drops it off to Tiernan, who has it on the left side of Michigan's attacking field. 4-1 now. Good start for the Wolverines. Here's Cohen, who got the assist on that goal. Makes a left cut. Hounded by 2 defenders. Pass to the right side. And Michigan swings it around. Here's Bame. Tiernan gets checked and goes down right near Bame. Bame, a shot from the middle, and that goes wide left. Cohen will regain possession. 24 seconds left on the shot clock. About 12:30 left in this first half. Cohen left side of the net. Fakes a pass. Now really pass it behind the net. Peterson, shot, wrap around, blocked, picked up by Harvard. And that possession is, and the possession is now switched back to the Crimson. And here comes Harvard trying to get back their 4-goal lead. They have it at the right side, behind the net. Back to the right side, inside the 8-meter circle, cutting behind the net. Up top, Harvard, left side, hounded by 2 defenders. Here's King. Harvard has it up top, about 35 seconds left. Wrap around, behind the net. Left side in their attacking zone. Now Harvard cutting right. Back up top. Falling down, and it's a shot by Blake, and it goes wide left. We'll have 60 more seconds on this shot clock. Who's tipped by Michigan. Here's King to Ip up top. Harvard swinging around really fast now. Shot from the 12-meter circle, and it almost goes through the 5-hole of Taylor, but does well to stop it.
Michigan's defense doing a great job of making Harvard be slow down and also have a little bit of impatience.
Yeah, I mean, certainly they did a little desperation shot when maybe they didn't need to. Here's Michigan. 10 minutes left in the first half. Bame behind the net. Right side, trying to wrap around. That won't do. Getting checked by the D-man Nelson. To Justin Brown up top. Cutting right. Cohen behind the net. Brings it back out. Tries a shot in the middle. That won't work. Ground ball scrum. Who has it? And we're gonna have a timeout. Timeout, Michigan. That's a little scrum there.
And on that last ball possession, we can see Michigan is having a difficult time recovering and pushing the fast break, which is going to be very important if they want to keep up this aggression and get some more points on the board. Especially, it seems like a one-man game at the moment. We're starting to see a little bit more of Bame, but we've been really seeing Cohen being a big part of this attack for Michigan going forward.
Yeah, Cohen positioned behind the net. Him and Bame seem to be the 2 players that have had the ball the most. I mean, it's not really surprising considering Bame and Cohen are two of the top three leading scores for this team. Cohen with 15 goals, 13 assists. Bame, the leading point scorer with 17 goals, 14 assists. And and Cohen with that really nice pass to start the second period. I mean, this Wolverines team is a pretty big game for them. You know, if they were to lose, they might drop in the polls a little bit, losing to the number 19 team when you're 13 at home. But I mean, I think one obvious thing that maybe we've been neglecting a little bit is the cold right now. I mean, in any sport, not just lacrosse, I mean, the cold can definitely be a factor. I mean, how do you think the cold can affect this game, or does it?
I think for any sport where you're running and it's starting to flurry, your legs are going to start getting cold, and you're going to have to make sure that you are flexible and can keep yourself warm going down the field. And that's going to be important, especially in this type of environment.
Yeah, I mean, players are wearing shorts. Shot by Tiernan. Blocked by either the keeper or the crossbar. Not quite sure which one. Tiernan, the leading goal scorer for Michigan, 26 goals on the season. Here's Bame. Has it behind the net. Fakes a drop off. Wraparound falling down. Drops off to Cohen. Way outside the circle now. Cuts middle. Tiernan shot and it's wide. He had a perfect opportunity and he missed it. 25 seconds left on the clock, and here's Bame once again. About 10 seconds left. Inside the 8-meter circle, shot, and it's no good. It goes off the post. And Harvard has the ball. Now, Harvard content to take their time here. Ip in the middle. Now they have it on the right side. That's Malone to King to Blake. Back to Ip. Now, yeah, Harvard being really, really patient here. Haven't really started the offense. 40 seconds, but now they start to go a little bit. Here's Ip at the top, so shifty. After a couple spins, drops it off to Botkiss. Then to Green on the left side, who cuts middle, shot, and it bounces in. What a shot. Oh my, 5-1 Harvard. Harvard has made some incredible shots today.
They really have. They did a beautiful job of passing that ball, waiting to see if one of the men would have an opportunity to find a gap with that keeper. And they were successful this round, making it 5-1 with Green being successful.
And that's Jackson Green. I mean, wow. His first goal of the game. That was, Harvard has made some unbelievable shots. Here comes Michigan right away. Shot right off the faceoff is blocked. Scrum in the middle. Regained by Bame. Cohen will have it, and they will take their time here. Make a few line changes.
That was a little bit of a different start to their ball possession. They had a lot more aggression coming out. We'll see if they can, get a shot on goal and hopefully add another point to the board.
Yeah, certainly. I haven't seen that yet. This game being right aggressive in the pass from Bame to the middle. And John Morgan in the middle. The shot goes wide. Perfect opportunity missed. Here's Tiernan. Cutting middle, the shot, and it goes in. What? Oh. But it's waved off. It is waved off. Score stays at 5-1.
And there's a lot riding on this game for Michigan. It's the first home game since February 17th.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can see why I don't have that many home games. It is very, very cold here in Ann Arbor. Yeah, but now Harvard has it up top after what looked to be a goal, but instead was a turnover by Tiernan. There's in the middle. Oh, and that's going to be penalty on Roberts. Roberts just barreled into the Harvard player. I'm not sure who that was, but that was, yeah. Now, Harvard will have an extra man for the next 30 seconds. Let's see if they can capitalize. Already 5-1. I'm 5:30 left in the second quarter, and Harvard's going to call a timeout. I mean, we had a little bit of a swing there. In the last minute, we have what we thought was a goal by Tiernan, waved off, and then we have the push by Roberts, and now Harvard has an extra man. It's kind of a crazy sequence there.
I have to agree. And even Michigan, defensively ranks number 6 nationally, allowing only 9 goals per contest, stopping 53% of shots right now. It's about 54.5 with Michigan's keeper. So we're going to have to see this defense really tighten up to make sure they can keep Harvard off the board and also give their attack unit a chance to score and really have that patience that they're going to need going in.
Yeah, and I mean, let's see. Yeah, I mean, let's see if Michigan can be patient on the defensive side now, as Harvard will be the one controlling the game for the next 30 seconds. It seems like. So, the extra man opportunity for Harvard, coming right out of the timeout. And let's see what they do. Now, I would guess, from what we've seen, Sam King looks to be the man you've got to get the ball to, and he is starting. So
Game.
now possession commences. About 20 seconds left. King passes to the left side. Now behind the net. Back to King. Passing it quick now. Shot. Deflected. 5 seconds left on the extra man opportunity. Here's Ip. Here comes the even strength man for Michigan. Good kill off there. Here's Ip at the top. Spins. Loses it. And a great defensive play. And McCurry grabbing that one and running it, but great defensive play by Trevor Kessel. Now Michigan to capitalize. They will exercise patience here. As Rhonda will dump it off to Mulholland. He'll wait for Cohen. And now they go. 45 seconds. Here's Cohen. Looking middle. Runs behind Aronson. And here's Rhonda. Looking middle. Can't find anyone. Spin move. Drops off to Cohen. Back to Bain behind the net. Right side. Wraparound shot. Wide. Picked up by Aronson. 10 seconds left. Coming up from behind the net at the 12-meter circle, and it's knocked away by Nelson of Harvard. And now Michigan has it, and the clock expires quick. Here comes Harvard. Now they will reset with Orant at the top. The Jackson Green who scored that wonderful shot. Comes Harvard, middle, shot wide left. They will keep possession. Not as many goals, but certainly some fun action. Here is to the left side. Hilsenrath. Shot, and it gets past Taylor. Wow, top right side. A shot from about 20 meters out. Wow. What do you say to that, Simone?
I mean, just as Harvard has the #2 score, absolutely gonna need to come up on this defense.
And here comes Harvard again off the faceoff, and they score. It's DiGennaro. Oh my God, 7-1 Harvard. This is Harvard has blitzed Michigan here in the last 2 minutes. Andrew DiGennaro. Wow, what a goal. I mean, continue with what you're saying.
There was no breeze. We're really going to have to see Michigan focus and hone in and hopefully give an opportunity.
Yeah, and Michigan wins the faceoff now. DiGennaro unfortunately can't win. Slow clock. Win faceoff against DiGennaro, but I think DiGennaro will be 50 on the shot clock, and he bounces right. 1 minute left. The last possession of the game officially as the clock resets to 60, and now it'll be Mulholland with 30 seconds. Right side.
And we can really see Michigan shooting way sooner than they should with Harvard heavy man defense. They're really and not giving Michigan many opportunities.
Next minute. So these 12 seconds, and then
seem to have a goal for Michigan. Really efficient on their defense and not giving Michigan a lot of opportunities. We see, Michigan has 2 versus Harvard's efficient. He will come back into action, but he's been missing so far in this game and really just been put a lot of pressure on Cohen. So we're going to have to see what Michigan can do in these last 12 seconds of this period.
Yep. One last chance, this one. Harvard packing in defensively. It'll be Cohen to start. On the left side, even with the net of the Crimson, because they had some wicked shots, and yeah, I mean they certainly.
And even we can see with Harvard's keeper, who has a .8, percentage, he's been really the saving grace as part of the defense for Harvard. Kind of seeing that percentage go down a lot.
Yeah, and for Harvard, I mean that they have certainly kind of thinking, and I think about Ip too. He looks one of the question that will that'll go on, but Any uh last thoughts before we a few more ranked matchups uh on the tilt. So this will definitely be a
virtual time, probably about 4 or 5 weeks since they've been here at the UM Lacrosse Stadium in Ann Arbor, and they're having a little bit of a difficult time tonight or this afternoon. It's decided ball the second half as this game comes underway. It's we've seen a lot of back and forth between Harvard and Michigan for this team. So we're gonna see as this period starts, and I'm excited. Seems as if there is a start of calls possession on Schindler. One field, one far left, as Michael Fame starts this play. Not regular weeds, by getting a little patient. So we'll see at the moment what's going on. But so what do you see from
with game having this first pass. So we'll really have to see if they can hone in on those units and defeat this well-oiled machine.
moment? So it's gonna be hopefully to see a little bit more of him taking action, leading the team. So we are still paused a moment. Hand off back to Bame. Over to Cohen. Cohen's looking for some movement. Doesn't Michigan. It absolutely took lead. Exactly what we were talking about, Simone. They relaxed. They took the time. They saw what out here today. We have a very, very large crowd in Ann Arbor this afternoon as the completely pass the field, not only win the face-off, but also within 2 minutes of that initial score to come back and right. So that was Harvard once again kind of trying to assert their dominance on this field at the start of this period. So move shot and it goes wide right once again. Harvard has had a lot of shot attempts for a pass on the shot, and it was made by Malone, I believe. Another one for Harvard. Harvard is just coming in and just absolutely dominating in this quarter. They're not letting Michigan really have a moment to collect themselves and come back. So we see Taylor once again setting up for the face-off. Face-off is scrambled for a little bit. Harvard picked it up initially.
Really just being like a cobra.
Yeah, I agree. We're going to see what they do here now. There was a shot attempt by number 19, Rhonda. Christian Rhonda tried to take it down the field, trying to make it nice and quick for hopefully another execution, but unfortunately it went wide right. Now we got Cohen cutting in, trying to find the move past the number 44. Tried to shoot, but it once again went wide. Michigan is having a little bit of difficulty. You know, they seem to be really within their limits at the moment. So we have Michigan on possession once again, taking it back around the net, cutting, passing it over to number 27, Mulholland. He's trying to attack. Harvard's defense is really, really in his face at the moment. Passes it down to 5, Bame, who scores. And on a really sloppy either dropped pass or missed pass for a penalty behind the net at the moment. I don't know what was going on in that last play, Simone. You know, Bame cut around the defense. I'm not sure if he tried to pass or if that was just a really sloppy shot. But it seemed as if Harvard's defense was kind of not paying attention. You know, their goalie was like, oh, there's the ball. Like it wasn't like he wasn't really on his feet about it. And then of course we ended with the penalty. So what did we see there? What do we think?
Absolutely. I think there was a little bit of confusion on whether or not Bame was passing the ball or actually going for a shot, especially it seemed like the keeper had a big gap open, was trying to figure out where the ball was and where it was going to, and then we just got that penalty. As now Harvard has possession, and Michigan's defense will have to combat their offense.
Yeah, we have Harvard on offense right now. First time we've seen them on offense in just a little bit. Really, really quick swing movement, keeping it on the perimeter. Little bit of catch game. Tried to do a little sneak move for cutting around the basket, and it did not work. It is recovered by Harvard. There was a shot, but it didn't convert. So now we see a little bit more catching game out on the perimeter for Harvard's offense. Pass inside for the shot, and it goes in for now double digits on the board for Harvard at Michigan with a full crowd in Ann Arbor. So this is a little defeating if you're a Wolverine here tonight or this afternoon. So it's gotten a little difficult to watch. Simone, it's just a little difficult to watch, but and that is Michigan taking, I believe, a timeout. So give me your thoughts, Simone. What do you think we're seeing here? What do you think we are expected to see, as this period is only 4 minutes in? It feels a lot longer than 4 minutes.
Absolutely. I at first thought Michigan's keeper did a great job of keeping on his toes and really saving that initial shot, and then got a little comfortable, and Harvard's defense read that in him and was able to score for their 10th point of the game. Mm-hmm. Harvard has all of this momentum that they are not going to let Michigan take away very easily, so Michigan's going to have to find a way to break through that confidence a little bit to get themselves an opportunity to get on the board.
Yeah, Harvard is coming into Ann Arbor with a 5-0 record at the moment. They are coming in no losses this season, and coming against Michigan, who is a 5-1 record, ranked number 13 in the country. Harvard has a full head of steam, and they came here to really assert themselves, to be dominant, and to come destroy the previous Big Ten champions that was this men's lacrosse team. So I have no doubt that Michigan will find its way to that title once again, but currently at the moment Harvard is really giving them a run, and I think testing them in a way that they need to be tested this season. They haven't really had the opponents that are really, really tough. You know, they're coming into some really hard games this week. You know, they've got Johns Hopkins on March 30th, which is Johns Hopkins is known. They have the oldest lacrosse program in the country, and they shouldn't be taken lightly. And I think that this is a game that will prepare them and will open their eyes to really get them started and motivated against Johns Hopkins.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Harvard knows that since Michigan and Harvard, they've split these last two matchups with the Wolverines having a 19-13 decision a year ago. And they're really trying to flip that script and really take control of these matchups going forward.
Yeah, we got Taylor once again for Michigan on the face-off. Harvard has about a 52% face-off record for this season. So, and I believe Taylor also has about a 60% face-off. So these two are going at it. Hasn't really been picked up by anybody. It seems a lot of ground balls, but it just as a little scrap make it. So they pass it back out for a quick offense. Number 26 on Harvard. It's it over to number 44. As they're slowly taking it up the field, not much pressure from Harvard at the moment. It clears. Number 6 on Michigan passes it over to number 7. Passes it over to Cohen. Cohen trashing at the moment, not letting him really see any gaps. He went for the shot and it went wide. Behind the net, starting the next play. Spin move on the left side of the field or right side of the field. Kind of cuts through top offensive man in the Big Ten. Cut around the basket for a shot, putting Michigan once again on the board with 4-10.
Success so far with their 4 points in this game, and he's really taken his time, which we haven't seen a lot of in this first 2 periods.
We see Michigan once again, number 27. He keeps it on the block M as he rushes, trying to find something. They keep it very tight, try to make some movement. Harvard is not really allowing them to do much at the moment with this. I believe they're playing, it looks like they're starting in a zone with a crush going into man. So Mulholland passes it over to number 5. Michael Boehm is cradling it on the corner. And there is there seems to be a penalty on save, I believe, by Harvard's keeper, which was actually very impressive. You have Cohen coming at you at full force around the corner, and for you to just stick your for literally and considering that their defense is so highly ranked, it takes a lot to do that.
Absolutely. Still waiting on what those penalties calls are going to be. But that was some very impressive defense, and we kind of saw a little bit of aggression with Michigan's offense, and I believe they probably would have had a chance to score, but that save keeper was right on the ball.
Yeah, I agree. We're waiting for that penalty to be called. At the moment, we got a 2-minute penalty on number 46 on Harvard. That is Nelson. That's Martin Nelson. Starting once again here now. Michigan with possession. Number 44, Tiernan, playing a little handoff at the moment. It was a fake for the handoff, pass over to Boehm. Tiernan, little catch on the corner at the moment. But he's still a key proponent of this offense.
Yeah, that makes it 7 goal.
Number 19, Ron, who gets in, tries to attack, doesn't find steadily by. Boehm is moved outside back in midfield, trying to find something. Setting recent his offense. 40. This game is getting good. This is a 10-6 game for teams that we got faced inside, and it is turned over to Michigan as there was anything with it. one-man game at the moment. Ronda goes in for the shot, and he scored. It was a goal by Ronda. They really spread out their talent, so it's not a one-man team for this L. So we see the face start off once again at the moment and get a shot off here, even in just an attempt. Again, on Harvard passes it up to number 3 in IP, who is 5 Green, who just immediately came back down the field. He set up, he kind of removed and sucked out the momentum that
Michigan is going to do now moving forward to keep the energy high.
It just feels like he always has that shit. All right, they are going to keep hard because back in the groove, back into what they're so used to. You know, this game is for it to be a ground ball recovered by Michigan as they set up once again on the block M.
Right. Season that is something that they can actually, you know, overcome in this 3rd and 4th period.
No, I agree. We just saw, as you said, we just saw Cohen coming around the net, put it on the board, putting them 11-9. They're coming in. Let's see who made that. That was, but that wasn't Bain. So it's nice to see the way that Michigan is going to defend around and allow. And we step with number. I'm getting a little scared. Sit on the top, pass it inside to the man for the shot, and did this play twice in a row, and Michigan was fooled. I was can't rat on Michigan just too much because they were down, and it's hard to keep those by Michigan, and a little bit of scrapping here for a moment. There was a little bit of confusion. Defense number 6 is really checking. Number 7 on Harvard. So Michigan can do with this. Number 19 takes it on the outside corner. Tries to got to convert. They got 22 seconds left on the clock. Cohen really being checked as he tried to find something, but then was open there. Number 22 step by Michigan. So
what a period.
That was intense. So I don't think for those listening, you can. I believe the score was 3-8 at the start of the. You know, we might not be Ivy League, but we got great sports, so we got to keep that up. You know,
and really coming back is for this team, giving them an opportunity to build on them.
No, agree. One that is more seen in special occasions. What is Aaron with you also? So I'll be Harvard being a man defense is stopping in the country. Cohen really trying to slow everybody down, trying to get his man set as he. I agree. We see play resuming once again. Michael Boehm being double checked by 2 Harvard defenders to win this game.
I think some of their best scores were when they were patient and really tried to not just play Harvard's game, but play what was best for them. And we can kind of see them starting to try.
Resumes once again. It is in Harvard's possession. They take it up into midfield, setting up number 3. Tries to attack using the pick that his teammate number 5 set for him. Taylor's having not his best game of his career, but he's doing well. He's normally above 500 on saves, but you know, 9 for Michigan. Was a tough thing to watch.
Yeah, you can definitely see even Harvard sometimes take
track of everybody, but now we've got Michigan try to take it into Harvard zone and I believe cause a turnover into the field. Pass to number 5 Bond, and it is saved by Harvard's keeper. What is to clear is having a little bit of difficulty. Michigan's playing a nice tight defense. Nice That was Graham Blake who went in for the shot, but it went wide.
That was great defense by Michigan, really just honing in and kept battering at those players.
Michigan didn't let up in that period or in that possession, and that was what we need to see. Was a little bit of a scrappiness there from number 13 on Michigan. That was Andrew Stansel was really checking, and it's one great thing about men's lacrosse is that you can just watch these guys absolutely just go at it with each other. It's like hockey, but on the field, you know?
It really is.
Can't say that about women's lacrosse, but women's lacrosse, a girl gets even touched a little bit, and it's yellow card. Michigan clears the field as the play once again is underway. Number 19 takes it in the midfield. Passed over to number 27, Mulholland. Ryan Cohen taking it in. Rushing a little bit. He's double teamed. Pass behind the net to Bame, who passes it up to Mulholland as he trips and attempts to protect the ball as he is able to control the play a little bit better, passing it to Bame as Bame looks for something, doesn't find anything. Up to Cohen for number 20, pass down to number 22 for the shot. That was number 22, Isaac Aronson, once again coming in for his his third shot of the game. You know, Michigan is right there, Simone. They are right behind them. Right behind them. What do you think they got to do to continue this, to really keep the momentum going and to not let Harvard come back? Because Harvard is 100% going to come back and try to answer them right now.
Absolutely.
Right now.
And it's what they're great at, too. And I think Michigan really did a great job of passing that ball and being patient, giving everyone the opportunity to see. So they're going to have to do this again.
That was a wonderful pickup by number 44, who just did the face-off. That was Justin Tiernan, who picked up the ground ball, because if Harvard were to pick up that ground ball, I can confidently say that they would have gone down there and they would have had a 50% chance of actually going down and answering.
Oh,
because that's what they do. Harvard comes down, they use the momentum to their advantage, they use the celebration to their advantage, and they go and they kind of sneak by and make that shot. So they slowed down a little bit here as play resumes. We got number 5 on Harvard, passing it behind the net to number 7, Sam King. Sam King doesn't see anything behind the net. He passes it up to the top field to the perimeter. Number 26 is deflected a little bit. Can't find anything. Beautiful help defense by Michigan. Number 3, Ip. Ip doesn't find anything. Is turned over by Michigan. Passed up to number 5, Michael Bame. They're going to use a little bit more of their momentum here as they take it up the field, slowing it down, clearing, and a couple subs made at the moment. I think Michael Bame is just letting it draw out, slowing down. Ryan Cohen taking it up. Nice check by Harvard's defense. 2, 3.
Ooh.
And he loses his stick by the Harvard defense. That was a nice. Damn, that must have hurt. That must have hurt. Number 19 on Michigan takes it into the middle for the shot attempt, and it goes in for a score by number 19 on Michigan. Christian Ronda putting 4 for him on the board today. Michigan is just 2 points behind Harvard at the moment. The Crimson are not going to get away, not going to shy out of this game by any means. Simone, I don't think that Harvard seems to be taking them just a little bit lightly at the moment.
I think Rana did a great job of actually catching their keeper off goal. It really looked like Harvard's keeper wasn't even paying attention on that last play.
No, it doesn't. Harvard tries to come down and do what they're wonderful at and answer Michigan immediately on the score. So we have number 1, Blake coming down the field, not seeing anything, slowing down. Michigan playing a wide defense as Harvard kind of stays on the perimeter. Number 7 takes it, Sam King. King is kind of relaxing on left field. Waiting for the attack, waiting to get behind his defender, and he shoots. And it does not go in for it to be saved by Michigan's keeper and passed to midfield as they attempt to clear.
They're going to have to sub out number 3 for Michigan. He looks like he's struggling to make it down the field. So
Yeah.
we'll see if they do anything with that.
That's number 3, Rowan Clay, looks a little bit winded at the moment. He's huffing, for sure.
But again, great save by Michigan's defense, really keeping Harvard at bay.
Now we got Ryan Cohen looking for an attack here. Harvard playing tight defense. Pass to number 22, Isaac Aronson, who attempted the shot, and unfortunately he couldn't convert on that last one. But Michigan's moving as number 19 tries to cut around Harvard's defense right around midfield. Doesn't find anything. Trying to break. Had to pass it back to number 5, Boehm. As Boehm tries to once again cut. Doesn't see anything. Number 27, Mulholland, for the attempt, and Michigan has to recollect themselves on the outside, coming in for an additional possession, additional play. So we've got number 19 taking it into the field, passed up to number 22, who attempts to find those last 3 points in this game, but it is unfortunately turned over. And number 21 on Harvard takes it quickly down the field as they're tried to fast break there a little bit, but unfortunately number 7, Sam King, kind of held it back and allowed them to set up just a little bit.
Michigan's really going to have to keep up their awareness. It really looked like Michigan was trying to pass the ball, and number 44 wasn't really paying attention, and therefore was able to turn over the ball back to Harvard. So on defense, they're going to have to really keep on their toes and make sure that they don't give Harvard an opportunity here.
I know. I mean, that's the one thing about Harvard is that it's almost certain that they will go back in your face and answer what all the effort you just had to put your name and effort back on the board. So we have Harvard once again going in for the shot, and it is caught by their keeper, number 52 on Michigan, Taylor. Taylor's doing a great job in this game. He's definitely standing and protecting Michigan's goal a lot better than I think expected in this game. So now we've got Cohen with the ball, taking it in midfield, right about the block M, clears it, takes it in and out of Harvard's zone. Looks like he's communicating with his men, trying to figure out what's going on for their offense. Cohen is double teamed. Tried to pass over to number 44, Tiernan, who unfortunately goes wide of his stick, and it is given back to Harvard's possession.
Yeah, Michigan's going to have to take a moment and breathe and make sure that they're not taking these desperate or very quick shots and allowing Harvard to, push them into something that they're not exceptional at.
No, and it's we've got Harvard's goalie coming down the field. Number 3, slowing down a little bit. We had Harvard's keeper all the way on the other side of the field. Their net wide open, and Michigan hesitating on that. Number 5, the crowd was going nuts for that. They were so upset with the missed opportunity that Michigan had. You see, Simone, it's not often you see the keeper of the opponent rushing down the field almost as if it's a fast break.
Absolutely.
with his big net coming down the field, trying to throw it to the other guy. You don't see that. And Michigan missed the opportunity to. I mean, the ball was his stick was checked, so the ball was on the ground, but the keeper was all the way on the other side of the field, and they missed it. They missed that opportunity.
They really, at first, they were really speeding up, going for a fast break, and then they decided to slow down and pass the ball, giving the keeper enough time to make it back to the goal, and giving enough time for the Harvard defenders to really start protecting their goal again.
Yeah, that was a lot of desperation there by, I think everybody watched. Shot attempt by Ryan Cohen. He attempted to shoot. Seemed like he lost his footing a little bit. But Michigan regains possession as they dash shots as number 19 on Michigan. Rhonda passes it back to Bame as they do a little passing cut here. Cohen sticking to his comfortable zone on the right side of the field. Passed up to the perimeter. Rhonda to Cohen. Cohen attempted to pass it inside to Bame, but Bame unfortunately lost it as he was double teamed. Harvard gains possession, clears down the field. And if I were Harvard, I would run this clock. Got 2 minutes left. Michigan is trailing by in the fourth period. So, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do. I think they're going to either try to put one more on the board or hold the ball a little bit. We've got Harvard doing the first option, continuing to attack. And there is, I believe, a timeout on the play. Got a minute and 35 seconds left, Simone. You know, they started with a lot of time. They made some rash shots. They've got 51 shots made, 51 shots attempted today. That's a lot of shots going off.
And Michigan, I feel like, trying to be patient on, and we're just kept shooting wide or missing passes. And Harvard, on the other hand, had very few mistakes, which is, led them to be leading by 13-11. And they're probably, and more than likely, and if it was me, I wouldn't give Michigan another chance to even add another point. I would just leave the score as it is or add another point just for the fun of it to end this game off in your favor. So we'll see what Harvard decides. But, they were holding the ball a little bit before this timeout.
Yeah. It's like they were doing kind of a mix of the two. They were running down the clock just enough for their guy to come in and attempt to put another shot on the board. If I were Harvard, I would, like I mentioned before, I would just sit back and let this game run out. Because, you've been pumping the gas this entire time. You got to be done. But, Michigan could easily come back and put 2 more on the board if you do let up. So wins might be taking the 6th here in the next minute and 37 seconds on the board. So we'll see. We'll see what's to come. We've got Harvard with the possession. Michigan's defense is nice and tight as he comes into deep near the goal, doesn't find anything, so he passes it out behind the net. Harvard trying to attack from behind, trying to do a little cut move. Defense pushes him out. Number 7 on Harvard. King tries to find something, doesn't seem to find it. And they run out the shot.
Michigan's part, their defense was not letting up. And Michigan was really making the decision that, if they're going to hold the ball, we're going to make sure that they run down that clock and we're going to get that ball back and hopefully have another opportunity to add a point to the board, give themselves another chance to really close out this game.
No, I agree. That was a wonderful play by Michigan's defense. Their defense at least look very close attempt by number 44, Tiernan, who begins the play top of the key, passed inside.
20 seconds on the board. There's really no rooms for mistake. mistakes, and you can tell that Michigan's offense is starting to get a little impatient, especially probably realizing how little time they have left, and they're going to have to still be aggressive, but also be
14-11 game, or a 14-11 game, and I don't think Michigan needs that right now. This is their only home game. The broadcast around period 3. Michigan has a tough schedule coming up. They've got Harvard at the end of, they got Johns Hopkins and Maryland within the same 2 weeks. Maryland is coast really give Michigan a run for their money. We got Maryland at home, though, which is going to be an amazing game. I'll be on that call March 23rd. So I'm really looking forward to that. But away is Johns Hopkins. With possession, Ryan Cohen trying to find something. Defense is really heavy. He cuts around for the attempted pass to Bame and seems to be missed as Bame ends. So game once again continues. There is a penalty, but there's a penalty on the play. But the clock, Michigan has one loss already, but this puts them 5-2. Harvard 6-0. Michigan just lost an 11-13 game. I believe it's going to be their second. I believe it's going to be their second Big Ten matchup of the season. Might even be their first. So what do we get?
7 deficit in the first 2 quarters. They're really going to have to be patient and making sure that they are controlled with their shots and not letting the other team get to them, and making to focusing on those key players and spreading the ball around.
No, I agree. They were on a 4-win streak before Harvard today. So Harvard got 13 points, whereas Michigan got 11 out of their 40. A great job by keeper Taylor, who had 8 saves, a little bit less than his usual save percentage, but with 4 shots. Aronson with 3, Cohen coming up with 2, Tiernan with 2. Michael Bame, no goals today, but he had 10 shots and 2 assists. So at the beginning of the third period, they were at, I believe, 5-2. Or 7-2 at the start of the second half. So they can take a look at their. Also, one last thing before we go, just wanted to mention something about Giving Blue Day. I'm sure you all are familiar with the event. This is how we can come to these games. This is how we can get this coverage for you, and we absolutely love it. It's an absolutely wonderful experience. So it was a great day here. Sunday.
Flurries. Hopefully it'll warm up in Ann Arbor and just lead for a great rest of this weekend and going into next week.
Yep. Thank you so much for listening in today. Thank you for Kobe, who was on the first half of this call doing play-by-play. Loss for Michigan, but they're on the ups. So we'll see you guys back here on March 23rd for another men's lacrosse game against Maryland, one of the top teams in the country. Thank you guys so much for listening in.